From being the first rapper to allegedly kill his best friends, to facing the Florida death penalty, YNW Melly has had one hell of a trial. Now, his life in prison is hanging by a thread. If you think the death penalty was all he had to worry about, wait till you see what happened to him in prison. Keep watching till the end of this video to see what's really happening to YNW Melly in prison. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at the Ice Champ on Instagram now. What's really happening to YNW Melly in prison? On the 20th of July, 2023, prosecutor Christine Bradley closed her arguments with a slideshow of a puzzle of the evidence on the screen in court, involving pictures of the alleged vehicle the victims were shot in, an alleged confession of Melly through Instagram, and even the rapper's supposed gang affiliation. She then showed a collage of photos of Melly and the bodies of his friends to help the jury determine their verdict. The overall picture puts Mr. Demons in the back seat of that Jeep, she said. It puts him holding a gun. We don't need a murder weapon to know that he committed these two crimes.
Jamell was sitting in the back seat of that Jeep, and he was the one that fired the fatal shots that killed Christopher Thomas and Anthony Williams.
She also added. However, in the defense's closing statement, he countered all of the prosecution evidence and stated his client couldn't be judged by the pictures displayed in the slideshow. Defense attorney Stuart Adelstein claimed they doubted any of the evidence mentioned because it was conflicted and not adequately examined. Adelstein mentioned the prosecution's loopholes as he questioned why prosecutor Bradley was bothered about getting another DNA test just weeks before the trial. Everything was directed to get this kid. That's why she ignored everything. That's why she intimidated and threatened anybody who said something different. He also talked about the Miramar Police Department and how they completely ignored other possible suspects during the investigation of the murder case. Judge declared mistrial in YNW Melly case. After YNW Melly has been locked up in prison for over 4 years, the rapper's trial, which has lasted for over a month, may be coming to its end soon. YNW Melly's most recent day in court led to the judge declaring a mistrial on the murder case. On June 12, 2023, David Howard delivered the opening statement for Melly that he may not have to remain behind bars. David Howard called the prosecutor's investigation of the case incompetent and incomplete, while the prosecutors in charge of YNW Melly's case labeled the shooting a gang act. Melly's lawyers claimed the prosecution's motive for the crime lacks credibility due to Melly being close friends with the victims. On one of the court dates for the trial, the prosecutor motioned for the jury to physically examine the vehicle in which Sack Chaser and Juvie allegedly died. But the defense argued it was irrelevant and it would be an overkill, and the judge's ruling was in the defense's favor. One of Melly's attorneys explained to the judge why the request shouldn't be granted. We don't even know where the decadents were truly sitting, because there are no crime scene photos that actually show them being in the car at the hospital. The defense attorney added that all the necessary information about the vehicle, including the measurements and pictures from inside of the car, was already displayed in court during the trial. It wouldn't be a problem if the jury didn't see the vehicle physically. The Broward judge felt the same way and denied the motion towards the end of the hearing. On July 23, 2023, the jury revealed that after 3 days' deliberation, they couldn't come to a final decision and deliver a verdict on the rapper's murder charge. The jury's note to Judge John Murphy reads, "We are still unable to reach a unanimous decision." The judge then reads a set of instructions to the jury called the Allen charge, or a set of instructions given to a jury that cannot decide on a verdict. He ended his statement to the jurors with a friendly message. "We appreciate the fact you were here and ready to serve." The mistrial didn't mean the rapper was found not guilty of the charges he pleaded, and the defense even claimed they would be retrying YNW Melly on the murder charges. Before the judge declared a mistrial on Melly's case, his lawyers already pushed for a mistrial, but the judge declined the motion and asked the court proceedings to be continued. The defense filed another motion about preventing the texts between Melly and his mother from being displayed in court because his attorneys felt the texts were disrespectful and could be a bad idea to be shown in court. There are several mothers on the jury who may be inclined to convict just because they have heard irrelevant, unrelated conversations between Mr. Demons and his mother, Melly's lawyer said. Unfortunately, it was also denied. The court saw the supposedly disappointing texts that could have affected the jury's decision. Defense attorney David Howard explained, "He's calling her the B-word and all sorts of manner of disrespect." The texts, which were introduced as evidence, was to show the court how the rapper had asked for a gun from his mother a few months before the death of his friends. It read, "Get me a Glock, ASAP," read one of the texts. Like, "Go now, I just don't want no illegal gun." According to the text message content, the court prosecution believes the rapper got a Glock 40 or possibly Glock 19, but they weren't sure which of them he had allegedly used to murder his friends. YNW Melly disrespects the victim's mother. YNW Melly's disrespect supposedly wasn't limited to his mother, as the mother of one of the victims saw the rapper's body language in court as disrespectful. On the third day of Melly's trial, the rapper was seen as he closed his eyes and prayed. Shortly after, he opened his eyes and blew kisses to a particular crowd sitting at the court gallery. Leandra Phillips, mother of one of the victims, Christopher Thomas Jr., felt Melly's action was disrespectful as she spoke with reporters. The victim's mother also explained that he did it a couple of times. That wasn't his first time, Leandra said. "I walked out because I don't, what you praying for? You sitting there like you ain't got no remorse, like every time I walk in you smiling. This ain't the time for that. This is sad. This case is serious."
This ain't the time for that. This case is sad. This is serious.
Chris's aunt, Ashley Phillips, also described how the rapper's behavior didn't sit right with her. Ashley explained that this is somebody that we knew. It's somebody that we loved. It's somebody that we trusted, like we watched Demons grow up. So this is a sad case. This is tragic. So we just praying for justice. While YNW Melly has been going through all of the back and forth with his trial, his music Outside has continued to receive great support. The most popular track of the rapper, Murder on My Mind, already has over 900 million streams. Do you think YNW Melly's mistrial is justified due to the prosecution's inconsistencies? Or do you feel the rapper's attorneys did a good job and the mistrial was deserved? That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks.